Rob, interesting development with the G League, which we know is that league the NBA created. Now it's their like minor league, and they're getting high school players to go
giving
there
away
rather
money.
than college. Yes.
Right,
Well, they got
giving
two
away
guys
money.
this year, Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga, both making about $50,000 or making $500,000 this year to play in the G League, and they are both expected to be high lottery picks. Now, here's what I want to throw out at you. Emoni Bates, all right, he's the top-rated recruit in the class of 2022. Rob, they've been comparing this kid to Kevin Durant since he was in the 8th grade. There are some people that say he would have been the number 1 pick last year. That's how good this kid is. And he's been committed to Michigan State.
Have you seen him at all or not? Okay.
I've not seen him. I've not seen him. Yeah. He's been committed to Michigan State and your boy Tom Izzo, right? But now he's, it's open now that he might take a deal from the G League. It's not definite, but he might take a deal from the G League, and the talk is that it could be the biggest offer yet from the G League. So could it be $1 million? Could it be $750,000? Whatever. But anyway, is anybody making $1 million yet, Rob G? Check that out.
I don't think so, Rob
okay,
G, right?
So that would be the $1 million. Okay. Here's what I want to throw out to you, Rob. Look at LaMelo Ball. Early leader for Rookie of the Year, looks like a superstar. Didn't spend a minute on a college campus. Ben Simmons, great player, perennial all-star at this point. Played half a season for LSU, didn't even make the tournament. Remember that?
Right.
And it's been several other players that didn't play in the, that have become good in NBA players, didn't play in the NCAA tournament. Kyrie played 11 games at Duke. I think, Rob, college, is this a death knell? We talked about the death knell for college basketball.
Do you remember I said, I told you college
basketball. What
basketball.
was that again? What was it? I can't remember exactly what. That was when Jalen Johnson left, Duke to go early. Yeah, right. I think this is just further evidence. And I'll give you my quick take, and then I want to hear from you. Rob, college basketball it's just not even close. We all know it's not what it used to be. It's not even a fraction of what it used to be. I don't think that many people are paying attention. Okay?
Chris,
I just don't.
I
NBA is huge now. College used to be able to rival the NBA. We're talking about when you and I were kids. But it's even once the NBA still got big with Jordan.
We got to remember, we saw Magic and Bird play in the NCAA championship against each other, Chris. Right. I mean, I remember the magnitude of that game. Right? You're a little younger than I am.
No, but I remember.
You remember that, right?
I was living in Indiana at the time.
It was huge. It was as big as you could get for two guys to be on playing in the NCAA championship and both big-time stars going to the NBA. It was tremendous. You don't have that anymore.
And even before that, college basketball was huge on Saturdays, right? And then even through the 80s and 90s and all early 90s and stuff, college basketball was huge. And now, Rob, I follow it somewhat. Obviously, it's our job, but it's not even on the radar, I don't think. And the argument has been, well, these kids, at the very least, we know they're not getting an education, so nobody even argues that anymore. But at the very least, they get this free publicity, and they become,
they don't
Zion
need it,
was
Chris.
a star.
They don't need it.
That's the thing. LaMelo was a superstar. And he didn't play a second in college basketball.
And he didn't even have to play any big-time competition. He didn't. With social media and everybody's got a camera in their hands, Chris, they could videotape him, a play, a dunk. Everybody can see it. It ain't the same. You don't have to go to Duke or North Carolina to be recognized or identified by a scout. They could be looking at video that somebody could be taking a friend or a father or somebody, Chris, or a coach, and watch that video.
I mean, the top high school kids put out their videos on YouTube, their highlights, and people knew about Zion before Duke. Now, granted, Duke lifted his profile, but people knew about him before
He didn't have to go to Duke.
And I'll say this, Rob. If he had gone to the G League and he was dunking on people and doing all the things he did at Duke, it would have become a story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly, maybe they would have put a game or two on ESPN or something. Like,
Maybe.
it would have become a huge story. And I do think, look, and you know what? As much as I've loved college basketball in the past, this is a comeuppance for college basketball because they have been getting away with these kids not getting paid and the free labor. And I get it. And I'm not going to belittle an education because the college education is great. All right. That helps you.
But not
me,
for the
obviously.
money that they're making, Chris.
Right.
I'm
And they're
sorry.
not getting
I'm sorry.
it. Let's keep it real. Most of them are leaving after the real good ones are leaving after a year, maybe two. And if they don't make it in the NBA, they'll have enough money from that one contract to go back to school if they want. You know, and so it's just not these kids, they've been getting away with making millions and billions off these kids. And now it looks like it's about to stop. And part of it too, right? Like I tease Gascon about Luke Garza at Iowa, and he's playing great. I mean, he's putting up huge numbers.
Right.
But the best kids aren't in college anymore. It's
No.
just as simple as that, right?
And it's harder to want to pay attention when, just like you said, the best players aren't playing. But I think I blame the NCAA for not bending, for not understanding, Chris. You know, like you have to, if you don't evolve, you become the dinosaur, right? You do. Right. You have to evolve. You have to understand. These things have been out here for a long time. People talking about the money part and how they're making $6 billion for the NCAA tournament, and the kids can't get a pizza or they're going to get thrown out of school. Seriously, like lunacy, Chris. So I'm not mad. I blame that the NCAA didn't see this coming and weren't able to adjust.
Well, they just were so arrogant.
Yes.
Right? That they just thought, nothing can touch us.
Do you remember? Here's the other one. Do you remember when they threatened the state of California about the whole likeness thing? You remember? Oh, yeah. What? Are you going to do that? Then maybe none of the games will be played in California. Oh, yeah, really? You're going to tell me that the USC, UCLA, and all the schools, colleges in California not participating in the NCAA? Yeah, right. And then what did they do? As soon as it passed in California, they bent over because they knew they lost the NCAA.
Yep. No, you're right. And here's the other thing, Rob. We just mentioned it. Even if the kid only gets $500,000 or $750,000, whatever, maybe it's $1 million. Man, and I don't know what his family life is like. He might be middle class, upper class for all I know. But whatever, if you're middle class or lower class, socioeconomically, that is a lot of money. I get it. In a year, he'll be in the NBA, and it's really going to get huge. But I can't be mad at a family. They're going to give you $500,000 to play in the minor leagues.
$500,000 put you in the top 1% of salary.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
And I don't have to go through the charade of, I'm a student, I'm going to class, whatever. None of that. I can't. Come on, man. It's just a new day, Rob. It's a new day.
It is a new day.
Yep.
And the NCAA just refused to reopen it and take a look at it and try to figure out what's going to be fair and what would make kids want to be involved. That's all. Coaches are making, Chris, we talked about it before, millions of dollars. They have
From
the sneaker deals with Nike and all that, and the kids are wearing it. The coach got on a pair of shoes, and he has a Nike deal. He ain't even wearing the sneaker.
Right. And they looking at like, well, the kids are happy because they get free sneakers.
Big
right?
deal.
Free gear. Right. But he's getting the $2 million. Come on. It's just, look, it is a new day. And I really, like I said, LaMelo Ball, no college. Ben Simmons, barely any college. Kyrie Irving, barely any college. James Wiseman, 3 games, Rob. Played 3 games. Looks like he could be a future star, maybe.
And it didn't stop him from getting where he wanted to go.
No. It is, I think this is huge. If this kid, and I guess what really could put the final nail in the coffin is if Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga are indeed high lottery picks. Those are the two of the top kids that didn't go to college and played in the G League this year. And then that'll be it. And if this kid, Emoni Bates, goes G League and becomes a star, I think what you'll start seeing, Rob, is maybe even some of these G League games on television somewhere.
Everybody's looking for programming, Chris, and sporting events, because of all the commercial breaks and whatever, are the most sought after spots, because everything else on television,
best live TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything else, Chris, you could watch later.
Yep.
Right? It's not like the old days where I used to watch Seinfeld on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. Right. It was appointment television. Nobody watches TV like that.
Sports
I watch
is
it
the
when
only
I want.
appointment TV now.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, like, my wife and I think I told you we were watching this show called Your Honor. Right. And we're watching it like it's new, so it's coming out every week. And we don't like it as much as when we could watch, like, Breaking Bad or something that came out a few years ago where you can binge watch, right? You watch one episode, you still want to watch another one. You watch that. You watch 3, 4, 5 in a row. Whereas when you watch it live, like we doing with Your Honor, you're disappointed. It's like, man, we really want to watch the next episode.
We got to wait a whole nother week.
Right.
We're not built like that anymore, right?
Exactly. Is the NCAA men's basketball just about done? Your thoughts?
All right, let's kick it off with DB in Tulsa. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Much love, gentlemen, from Tulsa. Y'all hitting it out of the park yet again. Again, my friends.
Thank you,
we
brother.
appreciate it. And I need to get to Tulsa. I've never been there. There's a couple spots in the United States I need to. That is one.
It's a nice little town, especially the airport. You can get in, get out, and not have to worry about being checked everywhere. So it's all good.
I tell you what, I love little tiny airports.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. In and
When
out.
you pull up, you go through the little hallway, and you're right at the gate.
Real talk, man.
Pretty much. It's pretty much how it is. Just hop in, go, and get on out of there as opposed to hopping trains and going everywhere. No, man, hit right on the nail with the NCAA being too daggum old with their old ways and killing. No, I mean, and it's not just killing NCAA sports because for years and decades they've been lining their pockets.
Hey, you got DB.
We got a bad
phone
connection, unfortunately.
But we got you. He agrees with us, Chris, that the NCAA lining their pockets forever and not sharing with the players, not even considering, cutting the players in when they were getting a $6 billion TV package from CBS.
Right.
$6 billion, Chris, for something that you call amateur.
Back to bite 'em. Yep.
Exactly. And now you can't be mad that people are going and taking money to play.
Right.
Why would you be mad at them?
It's almost like it'd be one thing if I was like, you know what, I really want to go to college and get my degree.
Right, that's totally different.
But if I'm only going to be there for a year, I'm only going to class for a semester anyway.
Right, because the NBA's making me. Right.
Right. Why wouldn't I go to get $500,000 or more? Come on.
No doubt. Point guard Rick in the Bronx. That's DABRONX. What's up?
What's up, man?
Everything's good. Listen, y'all hit it right on the nose, man. Look at Coach K and all the other coaches around the country. They getting $1 billion sneaker deals, and you got the young guys, man. They can't even buy a pizza. And if they buy a pizza with somebody else's money, they want to have a big investigation and all that.
Right, throw them out of school.
And the players, to your point, the players are the ones whose reputation is sullied. Right?
Yeah,
if they took money, it's like people look at the players rather than the adults.
Exactly, Chris. I come out of the South Bronx, man, and we had a kid named Carlton Hines. He was NBA ready. But, he come out of a broken home with his mother and everything, living in the projects, and he went to the street, and he got murdered, man. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. He lost his life, and he was NBA ready. You know what I'm saying? And all these coaches, they getting $1 billion sneaker deals. And then you got a young guy, he can't even wash cars. This is just ridiculous.
No,
I'm glad they've done.
Yep. Thanks, point guard Rick. Appreciate you.
Yep.
He's right. How about Sean in Sacramento? Where you been, Sean? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
My uncle's from another mother, man. Y'all know I've been
we
listening,
haven't
but
heard from
nowadays,
Sean in a while.
I know.
Wow.
But you're listening, though, right, Sean?
I'm listening every day. The problem is y'all got so many new listeners nowadays, man. They all calling in, brother. Y'all big timing us now. The OGs can't get through no more.
Nah, we always want to hear from you, buddy. You know that.
Hey, you know, we love you right back. So my quick take on this, man, is I want to call out some people, man. Guys like y'all friend Doug Gottlieb constantly chiming on how much of a great thing the NCAA is. We're giving these kids an education. It's the fact that they haven't done anything to evolve that process. Give these guys guaranteed scholarships. Give them scholarships whether they get hurt or not, whether or not they need any kind of additional academic help. They don't do any of that stuff. The second they're done with these kids, they're done with them, man. There's no checking up on them. There's no making sure they're doing anything as far as like getting through college itself. So I'm so happy that the NBA is going to eat up the NCAA, man. It's going to be perfect, man. We need guys like Doug Gottlieb to open up their eyes, man. It's great that y'all are making a buck off the NCAA, but these kids need to start making some money too.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
think Doug's in a
Well
different
said.
spot because his dad was a longtime coach, right, in his family.
Doug
And-
played
Right. Oh, yeah,
college
they're eating
ball.
off
You know,
this. They're
right,
eating off
right.
this.
He might end up being a coach one day.
Right, he
you
wanted
know?
to be a coach at his alma mater,
Right.
right, at Oklahoma State. Is that where he
Yep.
tried to be a
That's where
coach
his
or
name
whatever?
was bandied
Yeah.
about. Yep.
So Doug has like he's involved in college basketball. That's so yeah. He doesn't want it to go anywhere, and he did the CBS stuff, Chris.
But he's
right?
got to see the writing on the wall. That's right. He does the CBS tournament. He can't help but see the handwriting on the wall.
right.
It's just not. And look, people are getting excited about March Madness only because of the betting. Let's just keep it real, right? It's the bet.
Yep.
We don't know who the kids are anymore, hardly.
You
We
can
really
watch-
don't
hey,
even know many of the
wanna-
kids.
If you watch some of the when TNT does it, they don't know who the players are. Chris.
Right,
Have you watched
right,
some
right.
of it?
Barkley
I'm
and those
like,
guys.
wow, who? Right?
Yeah,
I think one time it was pretty funny. Charles Barkley was talking about a kid who didn't even play in the first half. Like, like he didn't even play. It was funny.